Hello and welcome to episode 6 of my FTL Let's Play. Now unfortunately there was a couple of bugs with my microphone earlier, so I managed to record the episode but I didn't manage to record my voice, so this is being added over in post-production. So I'm heading to the shop first because I've got quite a lot of scrap. You come across the Rock Trading Post. It's rare they deal with outsiders, but they need to sell their last of their stock and will pay their dues for their transgressions when they return home. So obviously I may miss things because obviously I'm recording my voice after this, so I'm sort of watching it again to let you know what's happening. I'm fully repairing myself. And I decide, I think, to buy the hacking because I think it's gonna come in handy for the final boss, and it does come in handy, to be honest. It is genuinely quite a good piece of kit. So I need more power to be able to use it, so I'm just bumping up that by 1. I'm also running out of available power upgrades. So jumping, I go to the distress beacon next. A small civilian ship flies over as soon as you arrive. You're prepared to fight, but they just inform you that they're out of FTL fuel and can't jump. Now I've got 9 fuel. But there's a shop right behind me, so I may as well give them the fuel. And they give me 84 scrap. So we'll jump straight back to the shop and replenish the fuel that I just gave them. So we jump back to the shop to buy the fuel. And after that little sidetrack, we end up with more money than we started with. So we're going to jump to the middle and see what happens. An ancient device is orbiting within the crystal rings of a nearby gas giant. You can't discern its nature or function, but it seems to have been deactivated for a very long time. Perhaps you can get some scrap from it. So I decide to scrap it. As you start to break it apart, a Rock military ship jumps nearby. You think you can come into our sector and just steal whatever you please? Prepare to die, vandals. At this point, I kinda feel guilty. I mean, it might have been like a really key thing to their past, or you know, like a monument, and I just come along and try and scrap it. So I kind of feel bad about that. Now, they managed to teleport one of their crew on board. Now, Rock crew are quite tough. They have an extra 50 health. And they've also got rockets, so I activate my defense drone, targeting both their shields and their weapons. Mostly I want to get rid of those rockets. I really don't want to be shot with them. So managed to take their weapons down. Also, they teleport their crewman back. And one last volley should finish them off. And they decide to surrender. I am going to take the surrender because I think this is my fault. You know, they wouldn't be attacking me if I'd left their stuff alone, so... You know, definitely my fault on that one. So just send all my crew back to where they belong, and then we will go to the next area. Now, I'm staying more to the middle because there's a lot of points around me that I can jump to. You are immediately messaged by an imposing-looking Rock war vessel. You're the ship off to save the Federation, aren't you? Are you expected to survive with that hunk of junk? So we've got, we're going to save them or die trying. We're strong enough to destroy you, or we could ignore them. I'm gonna go with option 2. I think we're going to save them or die trying is just a bit pessimistic. One ship is not the same as a fleet, but at least you've got some fire. Meet us at these coordinates if you want to prove to us that the Federation is worth saving. They jump away. Okay. And they're right at the other end of the map, so we're going to make our way around the top and go to the quest. A motley collection of rock ships are stationed around this beacon. They look to have resorted to pirates' life. Defensive maneuvers. Okay, they've got cloaking technology, which prevents my ships from building up. They've also got rocket launchers, so I've activated my defense again. And, oh no! My drones! Okay, everyone go and repair it. Now, there's a hole in my ship, a ship breach, so if I don't repair that quickly, my room will just sort of empty of oxygen. Now, I want to take out their shields so that I can attack them a little better. I'm also going to hit their weapons when I got the chance. Takes out their weapons other than... Oh dear, the oxygen's gone. Okay, in there, repair that, please. Okay, so we'll get everything repaired up shortly. Turn the defense drone back on. Just get my crew healed up. And again, firing at both their shields and their weapons. Just trying to do as much damage, trying to get that rocket launcher offline, to be fair. So, volley everything at that. Okay, so their weapons are now offline, thankfully. A bit of a cloak, might hit their shields next. Yep. There we go, they're on 1 life, last shot, and they're done. So we managed to get 2 fuel, 1 missile, and 48 scrap for that. And I have a ridiculous number of missiles. This is what happens when you don't use missiles as a regular weapon. And we're going to jump to the shop. Oh no, we could jump... Yeah, we'll jump into the one above the shop first, get some more credits. And it is a second set of pirates. Same as the last event, so... Just slightly different weapons on the ship, so there's no point turning defense on because they don't have missiles. Now I think I don't use the hacking because the hacking requires a drone part, I believe, and I want to save the number I've got for sort of the final encounter. Target everything to their weapons. Manage to shut their weapons down completely, set them alight as well. Now the rock crew unfortunately are immune to fire, but you know, the fire will still damage the system that's in the room and things like that, so it's not a complete waste. Now because they're cloaked, my weapons aren't charging, which is always annoying. And target everything on their weapons again. Although it takes a few shots to get through their shields, just hitting their weapons like this is worth it because I'm taking their weapons out every time. And they managed to cloak, so some of my shots miss, which is annoying. Just waiting for them to decloak and then I can have the final blow. There we go. And they're done. So we've got 69 scrap, 1 missile and 2 fuel for that. So we've got quite a good bit of scrap now, so next stop, the shop. You cross paths with a rock ship returning from a rare diplomatic mission. Equally surprising, the captain responds to your hails and agrees to a mutual trade. The rocker private people. So we've got the ion stunner, which is a bit like the ion blaster, but it also disorientates the crewman in the room it hits. Other than that, they're pretty similar weapons. There's also a hull beam. Only requires 2 power. We've got cloaking, clone bay, and mind control, and more drones. Now, the only drone that's really interesting in there is the Defense 2. The real problem with it is I'm running out of power, and that requires 3 power to use. Oh, and we can sell that hull laser while I've seen it. But yeah, so with these ones that I've got, that already requires 3 power, which means I'll have to upgrade both my drone and energy, and I'm running out of energy at this point. Make sure I buy all the fuel so that I don't get stuck out here. I want to go to that quest, so I'm going to go down and then to the quest. You arrive to find a number of ships conveying around a station. There is some unencrypted chatter between the ships. You tune in and listen to anything interesting. Overhearing their conversation, it seems that they need to take possession of an enemy ship intact. Now, I don't really have any way of taking a ship intact. There are different ways, you know, like killing the crew off or sending your crew aboard. So I'm just going to leave that. If they wanted your help, they would surely ask for it. So, yeah. We're just going to move to the quest location. And it would be near a sun, wouldn't it? You arrive at the coordinates given to find yourself dangerously close to an M-class star. The other ship messages you. Let's see how long your puny ship can handle the heat. Prepare for a challenge. The rock ship starts to power up their FTL drive. If we're going to earn their trust, we must endure the heat for as long as they can. Well, okay. We'll turn on the defense drone. Although that was a slight mistake. I don't think they've got any missiles, so... And we will take out their shields, I think. Yeah, with the hacking. Means we can lower their shields a little and then fire our weapons. So our weapons don't have to go through as many shields, so more of the shots actually do damage. So start lowering their shields and target their weapon systems. Managed to set them on fire. We took quite a hit, however. A lot of our systems got damaged. As they jump away, they relay coordinates to your navigation system. They must mean for you to follow them. Upon examining your map, you realise you just won't have time and need to get to the Federation base. You leave the quest for another day. Now that's really disappointing, considering I did all that work for it. Ugh. Never mind. So we're going to jump to the exit marker. You've arrived at the long-range beacon. You see a civilian space station with heavy damage. You receive a message. We've been hit hard by the war. We need more drone parts to speed up our repairs. We'll buy some from you if you have extra. Unfortunately, I do need the ones I've got. So I can't justify selling them at this point. Now I'm gonna get all my crew healed up before I jump to the next area. Get my ship repaired up as well. And hopefully, once that's done, we will go to the final area and see what the final boss is all about. Okay, so everyone's going back to their locations, and we're jumping to the next and final sector, the last stand. You arrive at the outpost close to the Federation base. Your access codes get you past initial security, and an officer sets up a direct feed to the Federation base's war room. Admiral Tully speaks first, saying, "What is the meaning of this? Who are you? Explain your mission." Your explanation is met with murmurs and cynicism of disbelief among the officers. General Torres of the Engi Brigade speaks up. Intel suggests potential counter to the rebel technology. Risk all or save none. Explain the weakness of the enemy fleet, the rebel flagship. Tully responds, "It's settled. The rebels will be here in a matter of moments. We will do what we can to hold off their warships, but you must succeed in destroying this flagship. Your current outpost can provide some repairs and fuel, and other repair stations can provide aid as well. Good luck." So we get 5 hull repair and 10 fuel. I love how I've spent the whole game getting here to give them the information, and they go, "Thank you for the information. Carry on and destroy the enemy." So that is the enemy base ship. That's the base. If the enemy base ship is at the base for, I think, 3 turns, then we lose the game. And the red dots surrounding the waypoints are sort of enemy ships. So they're about to take control of that node, and if we go there, then there'll be rebel fighters. So just looking at the best route to take to get to the enemy ship. Two fleets fight nearby. You try and skirt around the edges of the battle and keep out of the weapons range, but a rebel scout spots you and moves in. Okay, so first casualty. They've got quite a lot of robots. Drop ours out because they've got missiles, which I do not fancy getting hit by, and take out their weapon systems. Now they've got a repair drone, so I think taking out their drones would be a good spot as well. Managed to do some damage, but they've already got it repaired up again. I think take out their shields so I can do some more damage to them. And once again taking their weapon systems down, and they're dead. There's no time to salvage all of the wreck. The fleet is still nearby. Get ready to jump. So we've got 37 scrap, and I know that I've got a lot of scrap. I will be spending that, or actually I'll go to the shop first, but after that I will be spending it on upgrading my ship. A ship engineer has set up a small shop here. So he's got a charge laser, a swarm rocket launcher, a pike beam. So that stores 2 charges maximum, shoots 1 shot per charge, so it's 12 seconds to charge fully. I think all of my weapons, I mean that one charges slower, but it eventually charges a lot faster, and all of the others charge, I think, around the same or do more damage. So now the swarm wouldn't be a bad thing. Can fire a total of 3 missiles at max. We have a lot of missiles. Now I'm definitely going to buy the shield charge boost, just because that gives us an extra 15% on our shield recharge rate. And going to buy the drone parts. Don't really need any of the other things. As I say, just because of the amount of missiles, I wouldn't mind the swarm missile launcher, but it's just not as good as most of the other guns I've got. So I'm now going to upgrade my ship quite a lot, get that last power, max out my doors, and I think I'm going to increase the engines as well. But I also want to increase the medbay and O2. Now the reason I'm increasing the medbay and O2 is because if this system gets damaged, I want to still be able to use it, so it'll take a lot longer for it to be fully damaged. Whereas, you know, a single hit to either one of them rooms and that's it, my oxygen's down, which isn't the best of things. I'm also going to upgrade the hacking. So just play around with my power a little. I won't be able to fully charge everything, but some of it I'll be able to. So that's giving us a total of 45% evasion, and increasing it fully is only 48%, so not that much of an increase. But yeah, that looks about okay. So we're going to head to the base. You arrive near the Federation base to find the bulk of their fleet skirmishing with rebel forces. You hang back near the far side of the moon to avoid the conflict. There's not much you can do to help in this battle, and your mission holds the key to turn the tide of the war. You prepare to face the flagship. Now I could just wait here, but the enemy ship is going to warp there next, so if I go there as well, I'll meet them there. So yeah, going to do that. This is it, the rebel flagship. If you are able to destroy this monstrosity, the Federation fleet will have a chance of surviving. There's no turning back. So as you can see, the final battle is quite a big ship. And they managed to put a hacking drone on my O2, which is not good. That's quite an annoying thing. They have cloaking as well, which can be annoying. Now I've turned my medbay off because I'm not healing anyone. I've increased my oxygen. I've done that so that, you know, whenever the hacking base stops, it'll replenish the ship's oxygen faster. They've got 3 ion blasters, 3 lasers, and 3 missiles. And they've also got like a laser cutter. Now I try and target the missiles first normally. I'm also increasing my hacking bay, and I'm going to try and target their shields with it. Because having 4-layer shield really sort of slows me down. So the more I can sort of disable that, the better. Managed to take a hit on my own shields, turn the hacking bay on, and target everything at their shields. Obviously, the lower their shields, the more I can attack the other systems on the ship. And they cloak again. Now, I normally, as I say, try and take out their missiles first, because they can deal a lot of damage, because they bypass the shields. Okay, so send everything I've got at their missiles. Disable that. I've nearly killed the crew person as well in there. Now if I manage to kill the crew in there, then, you know, that weapon will not sort of respawn, or it won't get repaired during this fight. So that's it. I don't have to worry about missiles now for the rest of this part of the fight. It's a 3-stage fight. Managing to increase my oxygen like I did is probably the only thing that stopped most of my crew dying of suffocation at this point. So managed to hack their shields once again, get that lower, and then deal a little damage to both their shields and their weapons. And I think one more good shot will finish them off for this stage. There we go. So part of their ship breaks away. Just as you finally gain the upper hand, it finds a way to make an FTL jump. You've got to keep up the assault. So we got a bit of scrap, drone part, and some fuel from that. Hull isn't that bad, so we're just gonna jump straight in, get our crew healed up first. play around again with the power, just deciding what I want sort of maxed out. And we're going to jump to the main base and attack at once again. You chase down the flagship and discover it is heavily damaged from the previous fight. Scans indicate that it has recharged considerable power to its drones. Get ready for a fight. So it's got a lot of drones this time, including a defense drone itself, which is always annoying. Okay, so I'm gonna try and take out their shields again, I think, with the hacking. But I'm also gonna do my best to shoot their drone area first. Now, because they've got a defense drone, it will shoot down my hacking device before it hits their ship, which is always annoying. So I managed to take out one of their rockets. I've got a hull breach, but where the hull breach is, I don't really mind much, so meh. Managed to do some damage to their drone control. I'm managing to dodge quite a lot of shots, which is always good. Oh, and I managed to hit their defense drone with one of my missiles, or one of my lasers. So I've now got the hacking attached, so I can lower their shields a bit. Now my O2's on fire, and they've also got a boarding drone inside my door control, so sending someone in there to help with that. In fact, no, just everyone evacuate and get to the medbay, please. Lower their shields as much as I can, and once again target their missile systems. So missiles are now offline, don't have to worry about that too much. And I realise my crew aren't being healed because my medbay is turned off still. This is the problem, juggling power for the final boss is always a pain. Now there's no point going in that door room for now, so I'm just going to put both of my crew down there. Make sure all the doors are shut at least. And full on fire at their shields. Managed to set a fire within their ship. Now, because I've got the drone hacking, I also trap their crew inside that room, so one of them might just burn alive at this point. Take out another one of their weapons. Yep, managed to burn him alive. Send my crew back to where they're meant to go and upgrade my engines to full. Now my system repair drone was destroyed by that stupid boarding party thing, so you can't respawn it for a while, which is annoying. Got quite the fire going at this point. I'm going to target their oxygen. Oh, and that's it. Second part of the fight is over. Just as you finally gain the upper hand, it finds a way to make an FTL jump. You've got to keep up the assault. So once again, we got some scrap, a missile, and some fuel. Now I'm going to try and repair my ship fully before I go to the next part of the fight. Get our system repair drone back online, and you two go and heal up, please. And it helps if I have power turned on, of course. Okay, everyone go back to your assigned locations, please. And we're going to upgrade our hacking to the maximum. It's going to require even more power juggling, of course. Okay, so just working out the best way of getting that to max. Now max, it locks down their system for 10 seconds, I believe, which is better than the 4 seconds it originally locks it at. Now I'm still doing okay on health, so I'm just going to go straight to the final encounter. Could be a mistake, but you're not certain how it's able to keep fighting with the amount of damage it has sustained. It looks like it's transferred power to the teleporters as well as some kind of super weapon. Be prepared, this is it. So it has a Zoltan type shield on it. It's also managed to confuse one of my crew members, so I'm putting another crew member in there to sort of fight with my own crew, because I'd prefer them deal damage to each other than my weapons. So because the Zoltan shield is there, I can't actually use my hacking drone yet, so I'm just going to have to target with my normal weapons for a while until I get rid of that shield. And my crewman is quite sort of injured at this point, so throw him in that room to heal up. And I managed to take a lot of damage, so vent that room, get rid of the fire. You go back in there. Now that's the super weapon, which again managed to deal a lot of damage to me. Managed to dodge all 3 missiles though, which is a godsend. Okay, my crewman is finally on my side again, so and there's the Zoltan shield down. We'll get both of my guys healed up in the med bay, and they are doing a number on my my hacking unit, so get in there and fight them for a bit, please, and fully target their shields. And hack. Oh, big hit with their big weapon. And my oxygen is on fire, damn it. There is so much going on. My crew are quite badly damaged at this point as well. Missiles, fires everywhere. Keep hitting their shields, please. What's annoying is you get to the point where you're trying to manage your ship and you forget to attack theirs. A lot of my crew are injured, but for the moment we can carry on. I want to take out their missiles, please, and their other weapons. Okay, that's most of their weapon systems damaged in some way. Get the Engi crewman back to his shield systems, please. Okay, one last barrage should finish it off, and we were so close to dying ourselves. We only had 4 life left. Wow. So, I hope you guys enjoyed it. That's been FTL, that's my playthrough. If you did enjoy it, please like, subscribe, leave a comment, and see you later.